Everybody, welcome to our weekly Team Ignite webinar. Thanks for joining us today. Our topic is going to be making money this holiday season, which I know many of you are interested in knowing more about. I've been getting a lot of requests lately to really understand the comp plan and understand how you can make this business work. So I am the only one on the call right now, so you can put questions in and I'll leave them to the end and I'll answer them all at the end. So feel free to pop the questions in, but there isn't anyone monitoring them, so I'll answer them all at the end of the call. So first off today, the agenda is I want to talk about sort of where it all begins with your business, some steps to income success, understanding how you get paid, which is, I'm not going to go into a full all-out comp plan discussion here, but I just want to go over some of the basics again. Then a few different business models that we can run and a plan for action. So where it all begins. I know most of you already know this, but I just feel like we have to reiterate it and remind you all that this is a relationship business. And the only way to be successful in this business is by getting out there and talking to people. We have to connect with people. I think that a few people in our organization may have thought that, you can sit behind Facebook or you can send out a bunch of emails and suddenly you're going to grow this huge business and you're going to sell a lot of products. But I just want to remind everybody that there's no way to earn a real income in this business without connecting with people. You can connect with them on the phone, you can connect with them in person, you can connect with them at your workshops, your crafts, your open houses, your parties if you're a scrapbooker. You can connect with them in events for your other day job, at school events with your kids, sports events, different hobbies at church, but you have to connect with people. So just, I really encourage you to get it out of your head that you can only work this on Facebook or a blog or through the internet, because this 100% you making an income and a real income in this business really, really relies upon the relationships that you build. So I'm going to start off today talking about the steps to income success. And I know that I had typos all throughout this thing, so forgive me for that. I can see a big glaring one right there. Online PowerPoint is left to be desired for the spell checker. So you get the gist of what I'm trying to say, and just forgive me for the typos. So the whole thing that I worked out for this presentation was a 3-step plan: having a goal, having a model, and then planning it out. And so we're going to talk about those 3 steps today. What's your income goal? And we're just going to talk about it for the month. You guys can pull this out further and figure it out for the whole year, but I just want to talk about November right now. What's the goal that you want for November? How much money do you want to make? What business model are you following? And we're going to talk about a couple different business models. And then what's your operating plan? How are you going to get there? How are you going to execute to get this goal? Because I think, some people might just be saying, hey, I want to make $500 this month, but they have no idea how to make $500. So come the 20th of the month, when they haven't made $500, they feel like, things are not working in this business. Well, have you done the steps that you need to in order to actually make the $500? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So number one, step one, what's the goal? How much money do you want to make? And like I said, we're going to talk about this for November. And then I want you to take whatever that amount is, and in this example, I'm saying, okay, I want to make $500 that I take home in November. Add in your personal purchase requirement for Youngevity as an expense, but you do that, whatever your rank is, you do that after you pull out the transfer purchases. So we're going to talk about transfer purchases on the next slide. And then you want to add in 10% more for business expenses, because yes, you're going to have them. There is business expenses. You are running a business. So for example, if you want to make $500 in November and you're an executive marketing director and you know that you need $200 in PQV in order to maintain your rank, but out of that $200, you have transferred over $50 worth of stuff that you were buying from the grocery store and now you're buying it through Youngevity. So that's not an expense of your business. That's a transfer purchase from your grocery budget. So you need to recover $150 maybe of that $200, but $50 of it was going to get spent anyways. And then you need, I'm estimating about 10% of whatever you take home is about all you should be spending on expenses for your business. So if you're planning on bringing in $500, you need to budget about $50 that you're going to be spending for expenses, for catalogs, for samples, for different things that you need for your business. So in November, in order for you to take home $500 and have it in the bank, you're going to need to earn about $700. So that's the plan that you need to have. Now you plug in whatever numbers make sense to you in order to make the income that you want. You might say, oh, I need to make $250, or you might say I need to make $2,000. Whatever it is, put that in as your goal, your transfer purchases, and your expenses. So just to go over the transfer purchases again, just so that you really understand this, because I think what's happening is a lot of people are buying a lot of stuff that they want to try, and they're thinking it's an expense of the business. So if you were already purchasing something, and it was part of your household budget, and now you're buying it for longevity, and you're using that as part of your PQV, that's not an expense of the business. That's a transferred purchase. So if you're getting your shampoo now through longevity, that's a transferred purchase. If you're buying your laundry detergent, if you're, for me, my example I put on here was I used to drink a lot of Diet Dr. Pepper. So in January, I decided I wasn't going to drink Diet Dr. Pepper anymore. And I would buy about 3 12-packs a week of Diet Dr. Pepper at about, I'm estimating $54 a month at the grocery store. I'm not drinking that pop anymore. I switched and I drink Body Trim and Pollen Burst now. So my expense for the Pollen Burst and the Body Trim is $106. It's a choice to spend more money to use healthier products instead of getting the top. So instead of my PQV requirement being $300, I'm looking at it as $200 because $100 of it was a choice that I made that I transferred from my grocery budget, and it was not an expense of my business. So I really want you guys to think that through, because I think part of the thing right now that's going on is people are saying, well, I'm not making as much money as I thought I was going to, but they are realizing that they saved $300 on their grocery bill for the month because they're now buying their drinks, their Rebound instead of the Gatorade, they're buying their CM cream instead of the Bengay, and different things that they're buying from themselves now instead of buying it at the grocery store. So just the key here is just to be aware of those transfer purchases and pulling that out of what your expenses are. And then to really think about your expenses. So you're going to have them, is I guess what my point is. So you're going to have sales tools that you have to buy. You're going to have to get some catalogs, brochures, and different flyers. You're going to have some Heritage Makers items that you're going to use in your business, like address labels. You might get a planner, some business cards, product samples, stick packs. If you're a scrapbooker, some make and take supplies. Business enhancers are an expense that you're going to have for your business, but it shouldn't be the bigger portion of your check should not be spent on business enhancers. Now, the first time that you order, there is going to be an investment. Of course, you're going to spend, more money getting the stuff that you need to get your business up and running. Any business you would do that for. But if you're finding that you're doing this on an every month basis where you're spending more money on samples and sales tools, then have a talk with your sponsor or your enroller, because that is definitely not a profitable model, and we don't want you guys spending that much money on those types of things. So really, like I said, keep in mind about 10% is what you should be spending on business enhancers, except for that first order when you're making an investment into the business to get some of the stuff to get you started. And then the other thing I want you to be really aware of is gifts and personal use items. So how much of these things are you buying and using as gifts or using for yourself just because you want it, and they're not really things that are expenses of the business? And so therefore it might look like you're not as profitable as you are, but if you decided that you were going to give away a calendar for a birthday present, or you decided you're going to give a healthy body pack to somebody as an anniversary gift or something to your husband, you want him to get healthy, and you're going to get him on the healthy body pack. So those are not expenses of business. Those are gifts that you're buying for people. And think about the things, some of us might like to shop for MK Collab, and so we're getting some bracelets and some clothing, and maybe we're in the mineral makeup and we're getting a lipstick and an eyeshadow, but we're buying them because we want them for ourselves. So they're personal use items. Again, not an expense of the business. You can use them as an expense if you're marketing with them and you're, you're showing them off and it's getting you business. Yes, of course, you can. But if you're buying all this stuff all at once and suddenly you're seeing that you're spending $600 or $700 a month on all of these things for yourself, you just have to be aware that that's not causing you to be, your paycheck to not be profitable. What that's doing is that, that's a personal shopping habit that you guys, you need to just be aware that's happening, because I'm seeing it over and over again. There's so many products and so many fun things that people want to try that they're out there just, shopping like crazy for all of this stuff, and then they're saying, well, I'm not making any money. Well, then we go back and we look at what they've bought, and they bought the Results Now kit and the Accessory Month Club, and they bought, a couple of storybooks and all of these things, and suddenly they spent $400 or $500, but it's all personal use things. So I just want you to keep that in mind as you're looking at your profitability as well. So here's a little, let's be realistic, kind of what I just said. If you are on the Heritage Makers Gold Club, and let's say you have a $115 auto ship that is your Healthy Body Pack, so you're spending about $200 a month in your personal qualifying volume. You get your Healthy Body Pack each month, and now you're building up your points in Heritage Makers so that you can get some things. You need to get Christmas cards. Maybe that's going to be about $250 at the end of the year. You're going to give away 6 calendars for Christmas gifts, another $180. You want to make sure you get your annual storybook maxed out at 100 pages, another $230. You're going to grab a phone cover if you advertise your business, $35. You need to get an Our Memories for Life cover set, some pages, all the coordinated scrapbook material so that you can do your vacation from the summer. Let's just say that's another $80. Oh, and you just heard that the peppermint oil is really good for reducing headaches, so you're going to try that. So suddenly now, you're spending, like I said, $600, $700, $800 on all of these things. And maybe you have 10 customers on your team. None of them are on auto ship because you aren't focused on, selling the auto ship model. You're just having some people over to scrapbook at your house for a night. So they're buying a small amount of products each month, and maybe your group volume is about $550, and that's including the $200 you're spending. So you're getting commission on less than $350 in sales for the month, and remember that the bonus value on the scrapbooking stuff, both Heritage Makers and Our Memories for Life, is a little bit lower because it doesn't have as much of a profit margin as on some of the other products in the Youngevity line. So you're making 30% on that $350, so you're getting less than $100. And then you're saying, I'm not making any money in this business, I'm just spending. But you really need to reframe that thought. Is the $200 that you're spending really a business expense, or would you buy the product anyway? So if you're making that $100 check and you're spending $200 every month for stuff that you want, reframe that, because you're getting a 50% discount then. You're only spending $100 and you were going to get all that stuff regardless. So I just want you to reframe that and think, wow, that's quite a deal. You're getting it for half off rather than I'm spending more than I'm making. Okay, so that was like my little precursor to how much do you want to make, what are you doing right now to get there, and do you want to make more? Do you want more out of this business? You really need to ask yourself that question. And if the answer is yes, then we need to discuss what business model you're trying to run for your business. So are you looking to grow a team with Youngevity, run a business using all of the brands across the board and make a significant income for your family? Or are you a workshop-focused distributor that really only wants to sell product to your current customer base and receive the discount like we were just talking about? You're getting your stuff for like half price then. Or are you somewhere in between? So you're a distributor that wants to stay running the workshops because you love your scrapbook interest or your scrapbook business, but you are interested in expanding into some of the other brands and maybe just to make a little bit of monthly income. Maybe you're, that $500 to $1,000 a month is going to be your sweet spot. So step one is how much do you want to make, and step two is what model am I going to follow? And you can have a mixed model. You can, you don't have to decide right now, and it's forever either. But for November, think about which one of these 3 models you want to run. In order to run any of them, you 100% need to know how you get paid, because each one of those models, you can earn the $700 that we talked about that you need in a month. But the way you're going to get there is different. And that's one of the most exciting things about this career plan, because it has that much flexibility that you can run your business any way you want to get to that amount of money. There isn't just check the box, do 1, 2, and 3, and that's how you run your business. There are just so many different ways that you can reach that goal. But you have to know the compensation plan basics in order to do any of them. There's a great PDF file out there that you can download. It's called the Are You Next Compensation Guide, and it is all laid out there. It's on youngevity.com. If you go to the team resources and you click on the new team member orientation, there's a link for it there. You can download the PDF. You can order it if you have a team, and you can pass it out to people. It's a great tool to be able to really get a grasp on how our career plan and how our compensation plan works. So I'm not going to go in detail over how we get paid, but I just want to remind you that we have 10 different ways. And I listed them all in here. I'm just going to briefly go through them. We can get paid through retail profits. Yes, we can sell the product at retail, but there's details that you need to track. If you're selling it at retail, you have to track your own tax, how much money you've collected in sales tax, so that you can report it to the state. So there is some extra details in there, but you're welcome to do that. And some of you that are running Apple businesses, that you're running a service-based business already, and this is something that fits nicely into it, you're already doing that. So this is something that you can just plug right in. We get fast start bonuses. Every single new CEO that joins our business, we get $100 cash, boom, weekly. That's the fastest way to grow your paycheck. We get a quick start bonus. Bringing on new people, they reward us with 30% commission, because if you really are looking to make a real impact in your paycheck, bringing in new customers is the fastest way to do that. We have a unit-level commission. We're paid 8 levels deep, unit-level commissions, and then the leadership bonus, we're paid on 2% on our team to infinity. So that's our stability. That's our long-term goal, that we're going to get this residual money coming in from our downline. So that's numbers 4 and 5. Number 6, the coding bonus. Every single new CEO that you bring in, you're going to get, as long as you're CEO qualified, you're going to get some amount of coding bonus on your downline. The car bonus, between $300 and $1,000 a month. I mean, that's a huge chunk of money. When you're at SCMD, you can add $300 to your monthly paycheck just for having 12 people on your team that are buying $100 consistently. We have stock options. You can buy a company into the stock, and with the rate that our company is growing right now, this is just an incredible opportunity to get the stock options. There's the global revenue sharing pool, where we get profit sharing back to the leaders, and then of course there's free vacations, incentives like the sell 3 healthy body packs in a month and you get yours free. So essentially like getting $100 back every month. There's recognition and training events, just all sorts of free things. So really, 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 I can't stress enough that you really need to understand how you get paid before you can even choose which one of these business models is the one that is going to work for you. And if you have questions, contact me anytime. Just ask. I'm happy to help you. So once you understand how you get paid and which ways are the most appealing to you, then you start to choose which event you would like to put on, and maybe you want to do them all. So the first one is, if you've decided you really want to make a significant income, the way to do that is through an integrated Youngevity business. And you can run these unique events. We have the business opportunity meeting script. I'll post it out again on our team page. And we worked on this a couple months back to really focus on our unique way of teaching people how they can join the Youngevity business. So now we have that great Youngevity Your Way brochure, and it says on the front something like the product mall, where it has a 2-page spread of all of our different product lines. That fits in beautifully with the way that we're running this business opportunity event, because exactly what we're doing is we're sharing how this company, with the story behind it, has all of these different products that fit into our healthy lifestyle mission. So you gather 10 people that are interested in products from the various brands, and people that want to make personal purchases and share the business model. This is so key. They want to make personal purchases. Don't look for people that want to sell products. Look for people who want to buy and share the products that they love. Because right now, if you walked up to 10 people and said, hey, do you want to sell some products? 9 out of 10 of them are going to look at you like, yeah, no thank you. I don't really want to sell some products. But if you talk to those same 10 people and you find the thing that they're most passionate about, whether it be scrapbooking, whether it be athletics, whether it be something with their health or fashion or makeup, we have something for everybody. So once they are hooked on a product and they fall in love with the product, of course they're going to want to buy the product and they will share it. Just like when you fall in love with a new restaurant or you fall in love with a new store, you share it with people, or a new book or a new movie. And we sell stuff all the time to people. We just don't get paid commission for it. So now you're able to get paid for sharing the stuff that you love. It's not a selling model. It's a personal purchase model. We're getting these people to come into our homes to share with them these amazing products and fun and unique things that we have, so that they will want to purchase them for themselves. And when they purchase $100 for themselves, then they can share with their friends and family the exact same model, and then those people will purchase for themselves and so on. I mean, really, if they love the products, they're going to share them. And then every single person that shares them is going to get that thank you referral free as others purchase. Now, as you grow a bigger business, it becomes commissions. But really, if you only have 2 or 3 people on your team, you don't even need to say the word commissions, because they're going to get a small referral fee as a thank you for bringing those people on. And sometimes saying the word commission scares people. So you just let them know when they pay the $10 and they make their $100, $150 purchase, they're going to get the opportunity to get that thank you fee as other people join. I'm not going to go through the script, but we can do that at another call if you guys want to talk about the script again. So this is one of the business models that you can follow to be successful in this business. The second thing is the crops and workshops that we are all accustomed to. Now, I am a digital person, so I focus on the digital. So that's what I threw up here. If you're a traditional person, it's the exact same concept. You just find the things that are appealing to you on the traditional side, and you hold crops or workshops around them. We have this great Way to Holiday incentive that's going to start November 3rd, and every week something is going to be discounted. And even if you're a traditional scrapbooker, I would highly encourage you to take a peek at what's going on with Heritage Makers in the month of November, because this is a huge selling opportunity for everybody. Each week, different products that they'll have with a discount, and starting with the calendars, then the following week is storybooks, greeting cards, canvas and metal print, photo gifts, and then back to calendars for New Year's. So essentially, you could hold a workshop a week, and you could get so many people some amazing holiday gifts over the season with their photos. And you could work it in, if you wanted to the next thing, which is the blended event. So you can purely do a workshop, you could purely do a craft, or you could do the previous one we talked about, which is the Longevity Your Way shopping, or you can do the blended event, which this is what I enjoy doing the most. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I would do a blended event. So I'm going to host a November calendar workshop, and it's going to be focused on creating the now and later calendars, which are the 12 by 12 tear-offs. They're the 12 by 18 size with the tear-off 12 by 12 top. And the goal, obviously, is for them to complete the calendars. That's what they believe the goal is. But my goal of the workshop is to show them a variety of products not related to the calendars, so that they're going to want to shop them all for more than just the photo-related supplies. Now, I'm not going to at all feel like I'm pushy. I'm not going to feel guilty. I'm not going to feel like I'm selling somebody something they don't want. I'm simply going to offer some different products that are interesting, that are somewhat relatable in the environment that I'm in, and people are going to get excited about it. I've seen it happen months and months and months again as I'm doing these events for people. So while they're working on the now and later calendars, an easy one, obviously, is that those desktop calendars are so cute. They're new, and they're on sale as well. So I'm going to pop those in there to show them a few of the desktop calendars. In fact, there's one of them that's already like it's completely done. It's I'm going to show you on the next page, but it basically is just marking down the important dates for the month so that you can have them, and they don't even have to customize it. It's completely finished. So there's the desktop calendars. Then something that, like right now in Michigan, my lips are totally dry constantly, and I'm 100% of the day like putting this lip balm on. I'm in love with it. It's called the Triple Mint Lip Balm by Beyond Organic. And this is something that I'm going to have out at the workshop, and I'm probably going to give a couple away because they're pretty inexpensive, and it's just a little fun giveaway. And then people are going to ask me about it, and I'm going to tell them about it, and then they're going to be it's something that they can add on as a stocking stuffer. It's really inexpensive. A lot of times I'm looking for different priced products, like to different people with different budgets can be able to afford. So this is one of the really inexpensive things that you can talk about, and nobody is going to think that you're being pushy or weird that you're showing them or telling them about a lip balm. The other thing is I will have peppermint oil diffusing. For one, I love how it smells. It smells like the holidays, and we are in November talking about doing holiday gifts. So somebody will make a comment, oh, it smells like Christmas in here. Somebody will say, what is that? Which leads you to be able to say, oh my gosh, we sell these amazing essential oils. This is a peppermint oil. It helps to keep you awake, to keep you alert. It helps with headaches, and it just smells darn good. So it's an opportunity to say, we have peppermint oil that we can offer to you today, and it's only $23 for you to add one of those onto your order. The other thing is pollen burst. Instead of giving every single person a stick pack of it, because it can get a little bit pricey if you have a big workshop, have a picture of it made up. And what I'm going to talk about that night is that it's going to be the Black Friday pick-me-up, because we have a lot of the moms that are crazy Black Friday shoppers that'll get up at, well, now I guess they can start shopping on Thanksgiving, but that's a whole different topic. But if they want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go shopping, grab your pollen burst, shake it up, and you get your little energy boost. So I have a picture made of it there for them to give a test. And, don't be afraid if somebody's nervous to buy a whole pack of it, a whole box of it. You can sell individual stick packs to them right there so that they can get a taste of it. So if you want to sell them for $2, you can give them a couple stick packs so that they can go home with a few, and then you're getting a little bit of money back to pay for your personal purchase requirement. The other thing that I'm going to be showing is the Countdown to Christmas project, because not only do they need to do a page print, but it's a great way to sell the Our Memories for Life trimmer along with it. And I'm going to show you pictures of all of these products here and how you can do this blended workshop. So this is the Countdown to Christmas project. I just did the Halloween one, and the kids love it. It's really, really easy. You go to the dollar store and you get a cookie sheet for $1, a 9x13 cookie sheet. You take the trimmer and you chop the side off here with the instructions, and you can Mod Podge or hot glue gun this onto the cookie sheet right here, however you want to, and then you put a little ribbon around the top to hang it. And then there's the second sheet that comes with it that has all of the little numbers. So you take the trimmer and you cut all the squares apart, and you adhere I did little round magnets with a hot glue gun, or you can buy that magnet tape that's on a roll and you can just cut it and stick them on there. But either way, the sheet is only $4, super cute project, a dollar store cookie sheet, and it's one more thing for them to add on to their order, and hopefully they'll want the 12x12 trimmer to go along with that. So just by showing these other products in this blended environment, you could add like $80 of sales if people want all of it. And most of the time, whatever you show them and whatever you're excited about, people are going to buy. So they're getting the peppermint oil for $23, the trimmer for, I think it's $30, some pollen burst, the lip balm, this project, and then these desktop calendars. This is the one that I was showing or talking about, that there's no customization at all. It's just like your important family dates per month, and then you just write whichever event on whichever date's important, birthdays, anniversaries, and so forth. And then there's so many cute templates out there that really all they have to do is drop one photo on and the calendar's done. So it's another super fast project that they can finish. So the blended event is my favorite thing. I think it's a perfect fit for us right now to be able to, we have all these people that are already wanting to work with us with the scrapbooking, and then you just tie in some of these additional products. Now, what I don't recommend is going into the event in talking about 50,000 products because you're going to overwhelm them and shut them down pretty quick. Pick 4 or 5 things that you think can tie in that you can talk about over the evening or over the day that are exciting to them. If you've had amazing results with weight loss, you could talk about body trim or Slender FX. If you've had some great results with the Healthy Body Pack, maybe you've found some reduction in swelling, or you've had success with your bones and joints feeling better, you could talk about that. The rebound is a great thing for athletes. You can talk about the rebound. Or if you're a fashion person, you can talk about all of the great MK Collab new fashion that's out for the fall. There's a whole new line of products out. And the jewelry is so beautiful. There's a lot of really great jewelry. You can easily put some jewelry out, and those are phenomenal holiday gifts. So put a couple of the bracelets out, and people will want to shop for the holidays while they're at your event. So those are just a couple ideas for things that you could do for blended events. Okay, so you know how much money you want to make. Hopefully you've studied the career plan, the comp plan, so you have an idea of how you can earn money, and you've picked your model, how you want to have an event. Now, how are you going to get there? Because if you don't have a plan, just because you say, oh yeah, I'm going to do that blended event, and I want to make $500. How, when? Those are the things that you have to figure out. You have to have a plan. So, creating the plan. No matter which model you're in, you need events on your calendar. The number of events are going to depend on your plan. If you want to make $250 a month, then you easily can do that with one event. If you want to make $2,000 a month, it's a little harder to do that with one event. You might have to have more. So first you need to know what your goal is before you can decide how many events you need to schedule. But no matter what you do, you have to have some kind of an event. Now, an event doesn't have to be a huge, big, long party. I mean, you could have one event where you do a blended party, and then you can talk to a lot of people. While you're out and about, you can have conversations with people individually. Just know that you reach a lot more people in an event that you do individually, but if you're comfortable talking to people individually, that's a whole other method of selling as well. Regardless, though, you need to have some kind of an event on your calendar. And you need to be able to create an invitation and get it to more people than you actually want to attend your event. You always have to over-invite. And you need to invite the person over the phone or in person. You can't just rely on Facebook and email, because people are getting 1,000 invitations a day to fundraisers and to other party plan businesses and charity events, and they have all of their kids' sports events and music events and parties that they have to go to. So it's so easy to get lost in email and Facebook. You have to take that extra step of doing something in person, build a relationship, or over the phone. Either way, it's so important to really build that relationship and focus on that relationship. And tell the person why you want them there. Not just, hey, I'm having a calendar workshop on Thursday, can you come? Instead, when you're talking to them, hey, I know that you have always done calendars in the past as holiday gifts, and in the past years, maybe we haven't been able to connect because of all that happened with our past company, but I would love if you would join me again this year, because I have this great software that I can teach you how to make the calendars, and they're on sale the week that I'm having the event, so you're going to get a great deal on them too, and we're going to get them done in a couple hours. There's something that's going to entice them to want to join you for that event. Keep the event simple. Remember, you're only supposed to be spending 10% of your total income as a business expense. If you decide that you're going to have, the grand gourmet meal at the event, one, everybody's going to look at you like, oh, I could never do that. And if you're looking to build a team, that's certainly not what you want people to be looking at you at. And second, nobody cares. People want to come because they want to be with you and they want to work on their project. They're not coming because, you're putting out this great spread. Put some coffee, put some pollen bursts out, and maybe some sort of like chips and salsa, or something from Go Foods, or something inexpensive, but keep it really simple so that people are not expecting to have to put on a grand gala if they want to do an event. And then probably the most important thing in all of this is the follow-up. So when people come to your event, a lot of times you're not going to get a chance to really, really talk to them in depth because you have too many people there. So you have to remember afterwards to make those follow-up calls. Send follow-up thank you emails and prepare them that you're going to call them. Schedule appointments with people individually so that you can talk more in depth. And don't be disappointed if at the event the person has to scoot out and didn't get to completely finish everything. You have another opportunity to talk with them. You have endless amounts of opportunities to talk with them. You just have to pick up the phone and then do that follow-up. So at the event, I want to encourage you all to have paper order forms in distributor applications as a backup, because there's a lot of times where there's just going to be too many people, excuse me, in order to do it all online at the time. So just have them there on paper in case somebody has to scoot and the computer's tied up or whatever, so they can place their orders on paper, and you can always put them in the system afterwards. And like I said previously, just know that you might not get a chance to really talk in depth to every single person personally, especially if you have that large crowd. So just put it into your plan to follow up with those people. That is so key. And even if you did talk to them personally, it's still a good idea to follow up with them. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. The other thing is to please, please, please offer the CEO kit as an option. What we tend to do at these events is we tell them about the $10 distributorship and we let them place an order. But we completely skip the fact that we have this great business opportunity, and it's only $500 to join as a distributor, and you never know what people are going to say. Just throw it out there as an option. Our job is not to decide for them. Our job is to present them with all of the different opportunities and let them make an educated decision on which one fits their needs the best. That Youngevity Your Way brochure, along with other materials that are specific to your event, you need to have some of those there, but don't overwhelm people with 1,000 papers and too much information. The worst thing that you can do is hand them 12 brochures, this stack, and say, go home and read all this. They're going to stick it in the pile at home, and it's going to get buried, and you're going to waste $15 on paper that they aren't going to look at anyways. So give them that Youngevity Your Way brochure. It's an inexpensive piece. It ties into everything. There's the Youngevity Your Way or Youngevity Revolution brochure that talks about the company. Use that at the event, but they don't even really need to take that one home with them. They can just look at it at the event and they get the idea of what the company's about, who Dr. Wallach is, what we stand for. Those, you can collect those back. They don't really even need to take them home unless they're thinking about the business. But I would let them take home the Youngevity Your Way brochure, because you want them to see all the different product lines and just let their brains start spinning about all the different things that they can order. And then if they are a scrapbooker, that's when, yes, you can give them the Our Memories for Life or the Heritage Makers Idea Book. And if they're not a scrapbooker, don't even give them that, because it's just, like I said, it's a waste of $3. They're probably going to stick it in the pile. So give them something that's more pertinent to what they're interested in, a trifold about the Healthy Body Pack, or maybe the mineral makeup and oils catalog. So I did that whole call on the marketing pieces, so hopefully you can listen to that one if you haven't already and get an idea about how you can use the marketing brochures to help people in whatever area they are in the purchasing process. And again, I can't stress enough just to keep it simple, simple, simple. Just let it be a short presentation without overwhelming everybody and not a big production. And then the most important piece, the key, first, I shouldn't say the most important. There's two hugely important pieces. One is the connecting and building the relationships. That is hugely important, and not just doing it on Facebook. But the second thing is sharing from your heart with passion and having a story. The details are not important. The passion of the story is what sells. People keep asking me, like, well, what are you saying? I don't write down what I say. I don't have a certain list of things that I say. I just say what comes to my mind, what comes to my heart, what I feel is important. And people believe me because it's true. If you're trying to spew out information and facts and all of the stuff about different products, it's too much information for them. They get overwhelmed. But if you share a heartfelt story about how something has impacted you or touched your life, they're going to hear that, they're going to listen to it, and they're going to want to know more. So that is just one of the most important pieces of advice that I can give you, is that if you don't have a story, find a story. You have to connect with the product somewhere, and if it isn't a scrapbooking product, find an oil that you connect with, or something in the Healthy Body Pack, or something in the transformation experience, or maybe it is the jewelry and the fashion. Whatever it is, though, find that product that you can connect with and have a story with. and share that story with people. And, you know, it's great if you have more than one story. I have a couple different stories that I share with people. I mean, I will never lose my passion for the photo piece of this, so I am constantly, you know, finding different people that I can talk to about ways that they can do things with their pictures, whether it be those letters of love that I do for my kids. It's an easy way to share with that mom that has no time, which I'm totally that mom that has no time, so I can relate to that. And say, they're $4 to do this page print. If you can find 15 minutes, you can do this. And it's a yearly thing. You can find $4 and 15 minutes in a year to get this page print done. And I'll tell them the story about how much impact those page prints have on my kids when they look at them once a year. And now I have the story about how the body trim in the Slender FX and the transformation experience has really helped me with my weight loss journey. And I am pretty passionate about how I've used lots of other products over the years, and I'm bebopping in weight up and down. I mean, many of you have known me over the years, so you've seen me go up and down in weight. And this is something that's really working. So I am sharing that story with people and telling them how it's working. And then you have stories from other people. You know, I have my friend Dolly that I share her story with, the osteo, with lots of people. I don't have any issues with bones and joints, but I have a friend that I trust with my whole heart, and when she told me her story, I'm sharing that story, and people are interested in knowing more about osteo because of that story. So use our stories as well. Many of us have had something great that's happened through some of these products, so have that story in the passion. That is what sells people on the product. I went on about that more than I expected to. Sorry. Maybe I drank too much Fallenberg today. Okay. Again, I want to go through just the importance of follow-up. Most people, I think you've probably heard this before, need to hear something about 7 times before they respond to it. So, you know, there's some of us that jump on things really quick, fast decision makers, and there's other people that really need to hear and process and see and hear it again and process some more and see it again and again and again. And it takes a while. So if you're not following up, it's not because that person didn't purchase, not because they didn't want it. They just needed more time to understand it. And really, a phone call to thank somebody for coming to your event or making a purchase, that's just plain good customer service. That's like, even Chico's from the mall calls me to say thanks for shopping, you know, and honestly, I think like, wow, that's pretty good for somebody at the mall to call me back, you know, I appreciate it. So you're not being pushy or you're not bugging them if you're asking them follow-up questions to see how you can service them better. That's, again, just good customer service. So if somebody left your event and it's a good customer of yours and they didn't make a purchase, there is absolutely nothing wrong with calling them back and saying, I'm so grateful that you came, and I could tell that you were interested in a few of the things, but you looked like maybe you had a few more questions or you needed a few, you know, to process a few more things. Is there something that I could help you with that would, you know, clear that up for you? And maybe they got confused about how Club works, or maybe they didn't understand how Studio works, or maybe they don't understand what the wholesale pricing is. I mean, there could be any number of things that you could clear up by that follow-up phone call to help, you know, to close the deal. So as you're checking people out at your event, I kind of put these out of order. I should have done the follow-up after this slide, but we're going to go backwards now and talk about checking somebody out. If somebody is about to check out and they're ordering $300+ worth of product, please offer that person the CEO kit again. Maybe they didn't hear you when you were sharing it with them the first time. Maybe they didn't understand what it was. But if they're spending a significant amount of money, it's worth mentioning what that kit can do for them and how it can help them with this business. If they love the product so much that they're spending $300, they could benefit by getting the CEO pack and becoming a distributor. And every single one of them, even if they are not purchasing the CEO kit, you need to offer the $10 option to purchase from themselves at wholesale prices to earn the thank you referral fees for anyone that they share their product with. So every one of them needs to hear that option. And if they don't want to do the $10 option, if they're like, no way, I'll give them all to you, you take your referral fees, it's not a problem. It helps with your group volume, and every one of you needs the group volume to be at the next leadership level. So sign them up as a preferred customer, and you're still going to earn commission on them. And over time, they're going to start asking more questions, and most of the people that sign up as preferred customers end up converting to the $10 option anyways. So don't stress over that. And just remember, I just threw this out, if you were going to have, like, let's say $1,400 in sales at an event like that, remember that it's $1,400 in your group volume. It's not $1,400 in your personal sales. It's just, it's a little bit different sales model here, so it's not the same. So how can you make the most income this holiday season? You really, really have to use that comp plan, and you have to figure out which way of those 10 ways are the ways that you want to get there. You know, those CEO kits, that's now money. That's instant income, $100 plus for every CEO kit you sell. So you better believe that right now, that's a high focus for me, is all of these people, I mean, gosh, I have so many customers that will spend $300, $400, $500, gosh, some of them $600 and $700 at Christmas because they're buying all of the cards, they're buying calendars, they're finishing their annual storybooks. So this is just a huge digital selling season. So every one of those people can get the CEO kit and use their points to buy those products. So it's a great time to sell that Heritage Maker CEO kit for anybody that's looking to make all those digital products. The other thing is you need to make sure that you're staying on that $100 auto ship so that you can earn the 30% quick start commission. You want to do whatever you can this holiday season to keep yourself at least on a $100 auto ship so that you're getting the quick start. And remember that if you can't afford the $100 auto ship, which I completely understand that, you can sell the products that you bought. You know, you're earning your expense back. So you can buy $100 worth of Our Memories for Life products so that you have that auto ship. And then at your next event, when somebody wants to get the Halloween pack, you can sell the one that you purchased in your auto ship. And you can sell it to them at wholesale if you want, so you don't have to track the details of the tax, or you can sell it to them at retail. And then you can make some extra money, and if they say, gosh, I don't want to pay retail prices, well, then they should join for $10 so that they can get the wholesale price as well. And just know that bringing in new distributors and new customers that want to purchase products every month so that you stay consistent is the key to making the most money in this business. New people, consistent ordering. And what I love the most about Youngevity is that we're not expecting people to do $500 a quarter, $300 a month. $50 to $100 a month in personal purchases is going to allow them to get to thank you referral fees and to help you build your team. So I'm going to kind of leave with this question. I want you guys to be realistic and ask yourself, are you really working this business the way that you could be working it? My goal for you all is that I want you to make money. More than anything in the world is I want you to make money. Whatever amount you want to make and whatever will make you feel successful, I want to help you with that. You have to ask for help. I will do a call, a go-to meeting with you, meet you at a coffee shop if you're local. I'll come to your events. I will travel anywhere if you have 50+ people in attendance, and if my calendar allows it, I will come to your events. I've done quite a few of them where I've flown to different states to help people with their workshops, their retreats, their crafts. 50 people, and I'm there to help you. And just know that you are not alone in this. We're a team. We're together in this, and I want you all to succeed. So the number one takeaway I hope for you all is that you need to take ownership of what you want from this business. You need to make a plan to get there, and we are here to help you do that. But many of you have not looked at the comp plan, and you are asking the same questions over and over and over. And although I love to help people, when you ask the same questions again and again, it's not helping anybody. You need to sit down with the comp plan, and you need to look at it. If you've been here 6 months and you don't understand what Quick Start and Fast Start is, you need to relook at that plan so that you can figure out this model for yourself and what fits best into your business, because it's going to be different for everybody. Every single one of us is going to have a little bit different business. And that is the beauty of Youngevity, is that we all have the flexibility to run this the way that we want to run it. So I'm going to end with this. It's your business. Make the plan that works for you. All right, I am going to go to the question panel and see if there's any questions that I can answer, and then we're going to wrap it up. So Kathy is asking where you can find the recordings, and I've been posting the recordings in the new Team Ignite fan page. So I have a YouTube channel, and I will continue. They're not all up there yet. I've been uploading them. They take a little while to upload. So they're there, and you can go to that page and you can find them. See. You can, Kathy's also saying you can move personal expenses down under a downline to help them promote and to earn commission on them too, and it helps with cost. And absolutely, you can do that if you know that you need to spend more money. For sure, you can do that. I just want you guys to be aware that you don't want to be spending, $600 and $700 every month on business expenses. So, that was the whole point in my discussion. But yes, you absolutely can move extra expenses that you have down under someone else so that you can make commission on it. Somebody else is asking where you can get paper order forms and applications. They're all in the back office at Youngevity under the sales tools. They have both of those there. You can order them in 25 packs, and they're pretty inexpensive. The business opportunity script, I'm going to post that as well. We had sent it around a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was a month ago now, where we were talking about how we would put on this more unique Youngevity and integrated plan business opportunity meeting that was more focused on our way of doing business. So I will put that script out there on Team Ignite as well so that you guys can grab it and use it. And someone else asked if there's an Our Memories for Life CEO pack. There is not. We have talked about having one of those, but it's something that it's up for discussion, but we don't have one right now. Right now they have the Heritage Makers one, which they can use their points to buy all of the Our Memories for Life products, so they have the same opportunities with that. It's just in the point system. Okay, does anybody else have any last questions? If not, I'm going to end the recording, and thank you guys for being on the call, and I hope this cleared up a little bit, or helped you guys to figure out how you can run a business for the fall.